Now, here's your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Henry Groff.
Well, we've been enjoying lots and lots of quiet weather across the Middle Ohio Valley, and that's still going to continue as we move through the rest of the week. In fact, I think this afternoon around the Middle Ohio Valley, definitely try to get outside and enjoy some of that sunshine today, as temperatures not going to be too hot. Right now, mid-70s, but we'll continue to add on to that with low 80s expected for your afternoon. But as we look around the regions, just sitting around 76 to 77. Athens, you're around 78 degrees. So still, I would say that is nice and pleasant out there. And then your UV, we're going to be up to an 8 as we move through your afternoon. So if you're going to be spending a lot of time outside, highly recommend making sure you do have some sunblock with you if you're going to be outside for more than 20 minutes. But this dry weather, which is going to be controlled by this area of high pressure, isn't going to be sticking around forever. Eventually, that starts to move out. Now, we do have an area of low pressure towards our north, but that's going to stay away from us. That's going to move towards the east, staying north, but then we do have a frontal boundary starting to set up off towards the west. That's going to start to move into our region by the weekend, and that's what's going to bring us that chance of showers and storms for Saturday and Sunday. But there is some good news here in that some of that wildfire smoke that's been giving us some hazy skies this morning, that's going to get pushed out by that frontal boundary, and that low towards the north is also going to hold off on any more of that smoke from drifting down towards the south. And also, since we're not really seeing much in the way of any smoke towards the surface, that's been good news for us for our air quality right now in that moderate category, but that should start to improve by the time we hit tomorrow and Friday, as this continues just to really dissipate over the Mid Ohio Valley, and any more additional smoke that's going to stay well north of us and continue to move off towards the east. But now we got to talk about that rain because it's on the way. As we move through the rest of the week, we stay on the quiet side, but by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday, that scattered activity starts to push its way through. A bit more widespread on Saturday, but then it's going to be overall scattered moving into Sunday, and that's going to be the same case as we start to move into the start of next week. So any outdoor activities or maybe some yard work that you need to get done throughout this week is the time to do it, because by the time we hit the weekend, we're stuck in that stretch of wet weather. But today, nice and sunny. We'll see temperatures into those 80s. By midnight, back down into those mid-60s. It should feel nice and pleasant heading into tomorrow morning. Overnight lows down into the upper 50s. And by tomorrow, it is going to be hot. Upper 80s. May try to hit that low 90-degree mark. We'll try to see about that, but we may fall a tad bit short. And then into the weekend, here comes that wet weather. And Emma Gray's continuing to look at some longer-term models into next week. Still looking a bit unsettled for us. So June is going to be another soggy month for us all across the Middle Ohio Valley.
I feel like you said it about April, you said it about March, you're saying it about June now. When?
Said it about May as well, and you know what? Monkey paw, let's not wish for dry weather, because if we do, who knows? We don't want that stretch of dry weather we had last year that caused us the drought.
That's true. We don't want a drought, but I would like a little more sunshine.
We're walking a fine line here.
And coming up after the